June 12, 1944, 5:30. I am 23. Weight of an M1 Garand against my shoulder. Wool jacket stiff with damp and hands that still feel like a boy's. I smell wet earth and cold metal, oil on leather straps, a faint thread of cordite from distant firing, and the sour tang of fear that sits in the throat. I see hedgerows dark against pale sky, farm outlines stitched into the field, and the silhouettes of men moving like ghosts across a gray morning. I hear distant artillery like a slow, patient drum, officers whispering orders, bootfall in mud, and the crisp, familiar click of chargers seating into rifles. We are raw, trained and new to this ground. My heart is equal parts ice and wildfire, every breath measured against the rhythm of the company around me. An officer leans in, voice low but steady. The order to advance hangs like a bell. We straighten, cram fear into our pockets, and step forward together. We move in staggered lines toward a low ridge, every step wet with mud. The Garand feels heavier now, each breath a small, deliberate thing. The company moves as one machine and as a mess of men. Someone hums a low hymn, another swears softly, the sounds braided into a strange, human rhythm. Suddenly, a crack like marbles hitting each other. Someone screams and crumples to the ground. We all dive for cover. We use small folds in the land, ducking behind banks and ruined hedges, each man finding a splinter of cover as if by muscle memory and whispered maps. An MG burst echoes from ahead, sharp, disciplined. The lieutenant barks a quick plan, suppressing fire forward while a flanking squad moves left along the sunken lane. My hands find rhythm. 2 steady shots to the base of the hedge, then a sweep with the Garand as the suppression holds. The world narrows to trigger, breath, impact. We glimpse movement, figures in feldgrau slipping between a barn and a grove. They have Kar 98 KS up, steady and practiced. The air tastes of lead and something metallic. First shots are sudden and clinical. Rifle cracks and the metallic bark of German rifles answering our suppression. Someone close to me grunts and falls. We keep moving. Fear spikes like cold. Adrenaline turns my hands quick and exact. I smell warm blood and fresh earth upturned where someone hit the ground. A German position opens from a stone wall. Their rifles bark in coordination. Our lieutenant calls for a smoke and forward rush to close the angle and deny their aim. We rush through the smoke, boots sucking at mud. For a heartbeat, I feel the world in percussion. Shouted names, the clack of charging clips, and my own breath like a bellows. We close on the wall. Suppressive fire holds the enemy's heads down, while a small squad slips around the flank to silence a machine position with grenades and close shots. When the smoke clears, we see empty helmets and scattered gear. A few of them run, some surrender. The field exhales for an instant, and then a new sound rolls in. A shadow grows, low and hulking. A Panther tank easing into sight, its angled armor and long gun unmistakable. Men freeze, then scramble for immediate cover. The platoon leader radios up for anti-tank support. Bazooka teams knot together behind a broken stone wall. The plan is simple: pin the infantry, disable or threaten the tank's mobility. We lay down coordinated suppressive fire to keep the German infantry heads down. The noise is immense. Rifle cracks stacked on artillery staccato and the tank's diesel growl. A flanking squad moves through a sunken lane, using orchards and folds to close toward the Panther side. The bazooka operator finds a fleeting angle on thin side armor. The bazooka fires. The warhead slams into the Panther's side, a blast of heat and smoke. Track links shudder. The tank staggers, engine coughing. For a breath, it cannot move, with mobility compromised and our flanking fire threatening their infantry. The Panther withdraws into cover. German soldiers fall back or surrender in small clusters. Relief floods, then fatigue follows hard. Silence falls in uneven waves. We count heads, tend wounds, bind a torn sleeve with shaking fingers. My legs tremble, not from cold, but from the machine of adrenaline slowing. I walk among scattered gear and silent helmets, touching a cracked canteen, tasting the iron tang of exertion. My voice shakes when I say the names of those we lost. A chaplain moves quietly, a soft voice offering words that feel both far away and necessary. We fold ourselves into a moment of human proportion against the enormity of what we've done. My hands still smell of oil and gunpowder. I feel hollow and stubbornly whole at once, a mix of grief, relief, and an odd, fierce pride that we held the line together. As afternoon light softens, we dig shallow graves for the ones we must leave behind and mark positions for supply. Small, practical acts anchor us back to duty. I lower my eyes to a folded flag and whisper a promise I can barely hear. The film of the day settles like dust. We keep moving forward because we must.